knapsack, a hoodie, I just smack. Bird because I don't play. Got the toys in my knapsack, a hoodie, I just smack. Bird because I don't play. Toys in my knapsack, a hoodie, I just smack. Bird because I don't play. Got the toys in my knapsack, a hoodie, I just smack. Bird because I don't play. Don't play. Don't grind the drum if you wanna get some. If you wanna get some.
Welcome to VPS's 13's Communication Center's game at Egg Harbor Township between Vineland High School and Egg Harbor Township. Beautiful night for football. My name is John Parentazzi. My partner tonight is Charles Sheftal, who will be the play-by-play man. Tonight is a breakout game. Both teams are 3-3. The captains are on the field, as you can see right now. Egg Harbor's in a little better shape. They're 3-1 in the conference. Both teams need a win desperately tonight to move on to better things at the end of the season. Vineland had a big win last week. Egg Harbor lost to a team from out of state. So you really have a situation here that you need. Our crew tonight is Julio Rosa, Ryan Gavigan, David Sanchez, crew chiefs Justin Stumpville, Mickey Brand, our communication coordinator John Sobrana. Tonight's game is brought to you as a public service by South Jersey Federal Credit Union, now open at the Vineland Regional Transportation Center for quality financial products. Top-notch personal service right in your own backyard. Also brought to you by Landmark Building and Development Company, 2140 Civil War Road. Building a quality tradition, 690-9199. And by Brown Romano at Bob Novick's Auto Mall. As far as you have to drive for what you want to drive, call Brian at 451-0095. We have a lot of things to talk about tonight. Vineland is getting some of their walking wounded back. You should see Jamal Bird play. You should see Winchester play. A lot of the linemen are back. I don't know about Jameson. Saw him walking in school today. Hopefully he's ready to go. We do not have Egg Harbor's lineups. We'll give it to you as they appear on the field. And when we went down in the field prior to the game to get them, because of all the pregame activity, they must have introduced, Charlie, what do you think, a couple hundred people? And
it was it's homecoming night here at Egg Harbor, and they had quite a few people, and it was really nice to see the support that these kids got from their friends and relatives. And it seemed like just about every player or cheerleader that came out had 4 or 5 people with them. But John, we're going to stop here for a moment to honor America. So we'll be back here in a moment. And we're back. This is Charlie Sheftal with John Parentazzi at Egg Harbor Township. It's homecoming night here at Egg Harbor. A rather significant game, as John has illuminated. Both teams are 3-3, but Egg Harbor is 3-1 in the conference. Vineland is 1-3. The significance of all of this is that last year Vineland beat Egg Harbor, so you can bet it's a revenge game tonight, John, for Egg Harbor to get back on that. Last year it was Darren Ford who scored 3 touchdowns, and if you remember, Jeffrey Morgan was hurt on the sidelines, and at the very end of the game he came out and was a very significant factor on defense. So they'd like to, on that end, win tonight. Plus, they're 3-1 in the conference, and they've got to stay close to Absegami and to Atlantic City. A loss for them could be devastating, so they'll be motivated for that, by that. I think the big motivation, John, and maybe you'll agree that for Vineland, is that the last games are seen as being winnable. And so Coach Ed Belfi has sold his team on the idea that they can finish 7-3 and have a very respectable season.
Yeah, Charlie, I agree with you. You know, a lot of these kids in now after last year are used to winning, and they'll be all right. Charlie, Pierre Reed and Jeremiah Santiago, who we've heard a lot about, are deep for Egg Harbor.
Yeah, they're the bulls on this team, and you'll hear us call their name not only on the offense but also on the defense quite often. Rex Romano is about to kick off from their own 40. Deep, as John mentioned, is Santiago and Reed. A couple people shifting positions for Vineland. And here's Rex's kick. It's low and deep, going down to around the 15, and we have a fumble. It goes forward, and that same player dives on top of it.
Yeah.
So either Reed or Santiago.
Santiago, Charlie, hit him in the chest. It was a line drive. Hit him right in the chest. He fell on it at the 27.
John, the same thing, I think, going into this game is very much the same as the Atlantic City game. I think both of these teams, on paper, seem to be well matched. Both teams do not have a good passing quarterback, but like to run a lot, and both defenses are pretty decent. Here's a handoff to the second back around the right side. He does get by a couple of people into the backfield. Still going by Morgan, all the way up to the 48-yard line of Vineland.
Boy, that was a saving tackle. I think it was by Pete Caccaro coming after really made a great comeback. If we are susceptible to anything, Charlie, it is the off tackle outside, kicking it out. Our linebackers inside are excellent.
Jeremy Santiago is 5'9", but 215, as you can tell, very strong. Single setback this time for Egg Harbor from the 48 of Vineland. Handoff to the back who tries the left side this time. Tries to cut back, but there's a host of...
Oh, both linebackers, Charlie. Morgan and Christian Guadalupe read that. Perfect.
Also in on the tackle was the strong safety, Bruce Bartley. Good pursuit that time, John. And maybe that's one of the ways that you can stop that end run.
Yeah. Well, when you have a single back, you can key on them, Charlie. First time out, they had a fullback, and
who's keying on him, John, in the defense? Is the strong safety keying on him, or do you think they have a spot
on the single back?
Yeah,
both linebackers.
Okay.
See them both now.
Lost of a yard. Here's a sweep to the right side. Number 6 tries, gets about 5, maybe 8 yards down to the 40 of Vineland. A couple yards short of the first down, but it should be 3rd
and short,
and about 2, maybe 1.
They come out. Egg Harbor is unique in that they run a little bit of Delaware wing tee, a little power football. Well coached. The young man that's the head coach came from Middle Township. I think it's his 4th year.
Coach Tony DeRusa's 7th year. His total record is 46-23, John.
Yeah, he's turned this program around since
from the 39, John. It's 3rd and 2 for Egg Harbor. Quick handoff up the middle.
Didn't make it, Charlie. I'm pretty sure he's short.
Nice push there by the Vineland defense.
Oh, it's going to be 4th, Charlie, and what does it look like, 6 inches? Not very much.
Brings up the first crucial decision that Egg Harbor has to make this evening. Quarterback number 13 looks like he's going to try for it. He's asking for a play from the sideline.
They asked for a measurement, which they're entitled to do this year. That's a new rule, Charlie. Okay. Offense can ask for a measurement at any time.
This is Nick Borden, who's the quarterback. He's a junior, doesn't pass very well, as the coach has said in the paper. As a matter of fact, he has only completed 19 of 50 passes for 339 yards and 3 TDs. But what impresses me, John, is his size. He's 6'4", 185. That's pretty good for a quarterback.
I think he's a junior, too.
Yes, he's a junior. So you're right. It's about maybe a foot and a half short. About the 38-yard line. Looks like Egg Harbor will try for it. And as is the case with most games, John, field position is crucial.
Boy, this will be a nice stop here. Turn it around. Get the ball at the, what, 38?
Yeah. So we have 4th and about a foot and a half. Reed and Santiago are the setbacks. Quarterback Nick Borden brings his team up to the line.
You can guarantee, Charlie, both linebackers are coming. They're all up in the line.
Vineland stacks their line. Both linebackers close to the line. They try the right guard position, hit immediately by a player who 55. Shot the gap and got inside.
55. What a great play.
Brought down by Morgan.
First hit was by Jeff Morgan. We're not quite sure who finished him off, but John, that was a nice push and a nice shooting of the gap that time for a loss, and it's going to be turned over by an impressive Vineland defense.
Yeah, that's a big momentum. You know, that changes the momentum around.
Nice set, I thought, that time by the Vineland defense. And so quarterback Vince Wilson will bring the team up to the line of scrimmage at about the 38, 39-yard line with the wing tee. First down. Man in motion gets the ball, tries the right side. That was number 9, Walt Brown.
Yeah.
Walt had a fantastic game last week.
Yeah, our line starting across is Pareca 72, Sherwin 61, Bassetti 55, Guadalupe. I did not see him in there, so that means Torres may be back. Yes.
Last week,
and DiDonato.
Last week, Vineland offense really got fat on Lower Cape, but this team is not like Lower Cape. It's much more competitive. Second man through, number 2 gets the ball straight up the middle for Vineland. And that is Breon Cobbs, who will play a significant part tonight. If our attempted sweeps around the end are to be successful, John, wouldn't you agree that Breon Cobbs has to soften up that middle a little bit?
Plus, in many of them, he's the lead blocker, which in the wing tee is really important.
Plus, he's got to draw the attention of Reed and Santiago, who play the linebacking positions. 3rd and about 2. Wilson's handoff again to Breon Cobbs, this time off left tackle.
Oh, and a flag, Charlie. Right in the pile. It's either face mask or holding. Let's hope it's face mask.
Good push that time by the Egg Harbor defense.
No, they got us.
John, we're going to see that replay again. There was a hold on the Vineland part, and this has kind of plagued this team all season, these penalties. Here you have, John.
Well, it's hard to see, but it went right under the pile.
Yeah, that was hard to tell. Yeah, that was hard to tell.
The penalty is refused.
Yeah, good call by the Egg Harbor coaching staff. Force them to punt. They lost. They actually lost a yard, Charlie, on that.
Yeah, again, field position is crucial, especially at the high school level. And I agree, John. I think it's a good call by the coach's part on Egg Harbor. We'll have the first punt of the evening. I believe it's Rex Romano again.
No, they deep for, looks like,
it's a bad snap. Romano will get it off, however. It's low.
That's a freebie, Charlie. They can pick it up, and even if they fumble, they're going to have a freebie.
Just about the 15-yard line. That was number 19.
We were in,
Ronnie Coons.
But we were in motion. Oh, they picked it up.
I guess it's like in Vineland.
Yeah, watch.
Okay.
Watch our back. See him bail out? See him, Charlie?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, man, and they picked the flag up on that. Oh, Charlie, this could be a great refereeing crew.
Johnny, think he meant it to be unintentional? Sometimes a basketball official will blow their whistle and it was unintentional. Possibly the same thing.
Well, you're allowed one back in motion. Maybe that's it.
1st and 10 for Egg Harbor from their only 21-yard line. Handoff to number 4 around the right side.
Good job.
Number 4, Jeremiah Santiago, is handled very nicely on the left-hand side there by Steve Leake and Joe Vapor.
And guess who?
Well, if it's not Jeff Morgan, I know who it was.
Yeah.
We'll
Definitely.
see this
Well,
again,
here comes the
John.
linebacker. Guadalupe really shoots the gap, and Morgan follows him and makes a great play. Both linebackers. We really are blessed with two fine linebackers. Very tough to block, very quick, go sideline to sideline, and excellent play by both linebackers.
Lost for about a half a yard on that play. Second and about 11 for Egg Harbor. Handoff around the left side this time.
Oh,
Nice
what a
tackle.
play. What a play by
Number
Morgan.
26. Guess who, folks?
Guess who?
Jeff
Oh.
Morgan. As once again, he read the play beautifully. Nobody got to him. Shot the gap beautifully, and another loss on the play, bringing up a third and about 12.
Right. If you had a linebacking clinic, you would want to see that. As the play developed, he took the inside route to the ball carrier. That made a great tackle.
Well, John, I'm going to put you on the spot here real quick, and I'm going to ask you to compare Jeff Morgan with all the linebackers you've seen at Vineland High over the years. In any case, it's 3-12 at about the 25 of Egg Harbor. Handoff right up the middle this time. Rosseltoff gets a part of him. Not much there, however, bringing up a fourth down.
69, Charlie made a really good play inside.
Nick Costin?
Nick Costin.
Fourth down and 10 for the Eagles.
Nick Costin.
Yeah.
Haven't heard his name yet. He's
No.
a sophomore, 6'2", 265. Where are these kids coming from?
He must be. He don't even have his name on the back.
Egg Harbor will punt with 4th and about 11 to go. Punter standing at his own 10-yard line. Snap. He gets the kick off.
Oh, good
Not
kick.
very deep. Around the 50, and it looks like the man
it
was
hit.
interfered with. As he was, I thought he was calling for a fair catch.
Yeah, he was.
John, looked like he was bumped. That was Danny's Maldonado who was attempting to make the catch.
The ball has to be there. It can't be back there. It hit the Egg Harbor kid in the head.
There is a flag. And Vineland is indicating that it is against Egg Harbor.
I don't understand that. That's not a penalty. That's just the ball should be 10 yards up. He did not interfere with the catcher. It hit him.
I don't know if we'll get to see that again, but I
Yeah.
thought he had raised his hand.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to be fortunate enough to see this again, John. Give us your evaluation of this, would you?
Yeah, you'll see the kick come. And you'll see the Vineland young man, I'm sure, wave his hand. Now, do you see it hits the kid? That's a blocker that was there. So it's either one or the other. It's either the ball where it's a forward motion or it's 10 yards from the flag.
In any case, we know Vineland will retain possession, and it does look like they're going to get a few more yards on the play.
Penalty. Interfering with a fair catch.
Yeah, interfering with a fair catch. If he had his hand up, John, and the man ran into him, which it looks like he did, there is a penalty. It looks like it's going to be 15 yards.
Go ahead.
And I know the camera followed the ball, but if we can, at the very last moment here, try to pick up Maldonado attempting to catch the ball. I think you'll see where he bumps into number 80 trying to cover the punt. Just the last moment. There's I believe it's number 80 who interfered with Maldonado. So once we unravel this, the good news, of course, is that Vineland will get possession, and it looks like they're going to be in Egg Harbor territory. John, I'm really impressed with the Vineland defense here at the start.
Oh, absolutely. In the beginning of the year, I thought that was our best part of our football team, that they would keep us in many games.
And maybe this is one of the sophomores that Ed has been telling us about, and he's been saying for some time that the sophomore class is producing some real athletes. And Nick Costin was one
We
of
got
those
another
players.
penalty.
Now, where is this one going? This is about where he kicked the ball. If I'm not mistaken, John, what is going on? That's just about
Might
where.
have to re-kick it.
That is just about where the kicker received it and punted the ball.
Oh, he's making him re-kick, Charlie. Something. Oh.
Okay, it's going to be re-kicked. Wow, so it's from the line of scrimmage. Okay, so it's 4th and about eons with the punter in his own end zone. Once again, Maldonado is deep at around the 40 of Egg Harbor. That's a different kicker. That's a one-hopper, it's two-hopper, and Maldonado backs off, and Egg Harbor covers the ball at around its own 42-yard line. The last kicker was left-footed. That was a right-footed kicker.
They were in motion, Charlie.
Unless he's ambidextrous.
I don't know if Coach... Take the ball there and let's go.
There's another flag on the play.
Unless they're going to let him kick it over again. They had a motion penalty.
John, push him back. Push him back.
You got great field position. Anything can happen on a punt, John. That's what scares me.
What's the worst position to be in, John, except at the very end of your own end zone with no place to go? It's got to be a perfect snap and a perfect kick.
They refused. Tonight's game is brought to you as a public service by South Jersey Federal Credit Union, now open at Vineland Regional Transportation Center for quality financial products and by top-notch personal service right in your own backyard.
We're in the first quarter down here at Egg Harbor with 5 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the first quarter. There is no score. Quarterback number 20, now John Winchester. Phase back, quick drop, which we failed to mention. But one of the things that Coach Belfi said in order to improve his passing game was to take a quicker drop and try to get those quick slants. And there we see the first evidence of it, John.
Well, Coach Belfi also said he has a 3-quarterback system. A runner, a passer, and a signal call.
Really?
Now he's in with the passer.
Okay. Coach knows what he's doing. That was set up pretty nice, actually, and I thought the man was open. The pass was just thrown behind him. Yeah. Again, John Winchester brings his team up. 3 men set behind him with 1 wide out. Number 9, Walt Brown gets the ball, tries the right side.
Boy, he's running hard tonight, isn't he, Charlie?
Yeah, he's been kind of...
Or is that...
That was Walt Brown.
Yeah.
That was not Jamar Bird. We're kind of waiting for Jamar Bird to make his mark in this game. As we mentioned, he's back from his injury, number 3, so we'll be looking for him. But that was Walt Brown, who's been pretty consistent all year, John.
Boy, he had a... Bowman's coming in to replace... It looks like Brown.
Walt Brown's had 5 TDs.
Oh,
in
no,
the last...
Jamal Bird's out.
Walt Brown's had 5 TDs in the last 3 games. So 2 good defenses, 2 running offenses. Again, the wing T for Vineland with 1 wide out on the left side. John Winchester, the quarterback, 3rd and about 6 from the 39 of Egg Harbor. There's a reverse to number 21. He's going to try the left side.
Oh,
Puts
great
it back
cut.
inside.
Oh, I thought he made a great cut there.
Number 21 is Sean Bowman, one of those sophomores we talked about, John, who's 5'9" and 175, who picks up a couple yards, making it 4th and about 4.
Well, we're in 4-down territory, John. We don't have a kicker that can kick that far.
Oh, no.
And a punt, if you gain 10 yards with a punt, you're lucky.
No, they'll try. This is a 36-yard line of Egg Harbor. 4th and about 4, 4.5-yard line. 4.5 yards to go, I should say. Wing T, wide out to the right. Winchester brings his team up. This time he rolls out to the right-hand side, throws the ball to an
nice
open
throw.
Walt Brown, who takes it down the side. And that is Jamar Bird, excuse me. Welcome back, Jamar. Nice pass from Winchester to Bird.
Charlie, you're going to see a great play here. This is called a Penn State pick. You're going to see the wide out.
Watch this play again.
You're going to see the wide out. They're going to pick for each other. The inside pick, and Jamar comes to the outside. See the inside pick?
Right.
They picked the defensive man on.
John Vineland is doing tonight, which I thought they've had to do for some time, and of course, it was mentioned in the paper this morning. They've got to do something to improve their passing game, whether it be a 3-step drop or a rollout. And in both cases, I thought the men were open. Handoff to the first man through on the first play. Number 2, Breon Cobbs, picks up maybe a yard or 2. Again, trying to freeze those linebackers and make them a little less mobile. So when we try those ends with our very speedy backs of Brown and Bird.
A 2nd down and 8 at the 11-yard line.
Joe Bassetti brings his team up at center. John Winchester doing a nice job on the offense right now.
Left side, Charlie. There it goes.
Here's a sweep, very quick.
There it goes. Oh.
Fumbled briefly.
Side.
And Jamar Bird tried to make something out of nothing that time and tried to cut it back, but was stopped very quickly by a Egg Harbor defender.
If we could see that again, I don't know if we can see the replay. A lot of times we give away our play, Charlie, by our formation. We loaded up the left side.
That's a shame, John, because they were deep in Egg Harbor territory.
You got to get to the 3, Charlie, for a first.
Yeah, with that loss, it pushes it all the way back to the 19-yard line, and it's 3rd and about, let's call it 16.
Yeah, we get 2 cracks.
Chester at quarterback, calling signals. He'll hold it, roll out to the left-hand side. It's a keeper. He'll try to run it. Nothing there, however, as they did seal off the end that time.
Number of Eagles in on that tackle, including.
Let's see where we at, Charlie. 21, 23. Be a 40-yard attempt at a field goal. I don't think we have anybody at that range yet.
Loss of about 2-3 more yards on that play, bringing up a 4th and about 20.
Charlie, there's just under 2 minutes to go. First half has gone by very quickly.
At the 22-yard line.
We've seen a little bit of everything from this Vineland offense. Some really good plays, and they've kind of shot themselves in the foot. But in this first quarter with no score and 4th and 20, Winchester sets back.
Screen.
Nothing
He
there.
tried to screen.
And, that's a fumble.
Oh, whoa.
And the ball goes backwards and will go out of bounds at around the 44-yard line.
Whoa.
That was just a straight drop, John.
Screen. It was a screen. They set up the screen on the left. Here it is, Charlie. See it? See the lineman?
Yeah.
Here's the screen man.
I was looking at Breon Cobb. It looked like he got caught inside and never got outside, and that was covered really well.
I think it was set up for Walt Brown on that left side.
Yeah. And Vineland was very lucky as Winchester lost control of the ball and went backwards, lost another 10, 15 yards, and fortunately went out of bounds. Egg Harbor gets the ball at their own 44-yard line. Little rollout to the right, first pass of the evening, and overthrown to the right side, bringing up a 2nd and 10 for Egg Harbor. John, we're still in the first quarter. It's 1 minute and 36 seconds to go. Game going very quickly with most of the plays on the ground, and no score at Egg Harbor Township High School. Egg Harbor Township High School growing by leaps and bounds.
I guess there's a personal foul. There was real. I was wondering if they were going to call it, Charlie. That receiver must have got hit 5 yards out of bounds. I don't know if we have their instant replay, but man, was he pumpered when he was out of bounds. Once you're on the out of bounds over the line, you okay, Charlie, here it comes. See him?
Oh, there's the late hit. Yeah.
See him?
Yeah, absolutely. And he was about 3-4 yards out of bounds.
You can't do that. You know, the guy didn't catch it. He's out of bounds.
Yeah.
It's over.
A lot of emotion in this game, and another mistake by the Vineland team. From the 44-yard line, handoff goes to number 5, who tests the left side. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, 4 tackles, 5 tackles. Last man to beat, and last man cannot hold on, and he is gone.
Wow.
From the 44-yard line, John.
Wow. Santiago, wasn't it? Can we see that again?
Number 6, I believe. That was Pierre Reed. I believe it was number 6, John. Who on a sweep to the left side broke about 6 tackles, including the last dramatic one, for 44 yards around the left side, making it 6-0 here with 1 minute and 24 seconds to go in the first quarter. John, some guys had some really good cracks at that.
He should have gained no more than 2 yards.
There's going to be a running play for 2 points. Number 4 tries the right-hand side. He keeps going and does make it in. Yeah. That's Jeremiah Santiago, the other part of this dynamic duo. And so I don't know if...
Okay, we're going to see it again.
We'll see this replay again.
Now you're going to see out here, we have a shot at him right here.
2, 3, 4, 5.
The first shot
6.
came.
Boom. Oh,
Jameson. Oh, yeah. Well, Jameson really had some good pursuit to get down there, too.
Yeah. There was some blocking there, John, but there was some real good attempts and some chances to bring that runner down. But he's strong. As you can tell, he's very strong. Brought those knees up real high. And this combination of Reed and Santiago are the combination to beat, no doubt about it.
Tonight's game, again, Charlie, is brought to you as a public service by South Jersey Federal Credit Union, now open at the Vineland Regional Transportation Center. Quality financial products and top-notch personal service right in your own backyard. I want to thank the sponsors for letting us put on these productions.
A little more about this combination of Reed and Santiago. The Eagles, fullback Pierre Reed, has rushed for 673 yards on 127 carries. That's pretty significant. The other running back, Jeremiah Santiago, who scored the 2 points, has 65 carries for 505 yards, and he's also one of the league's top players. They're both on the defensive side also playing at linebacker.
Charlie trying to get the number of their kicker. Yes,
3.
Turn. 3. That's
Howard Collette.
For the Eagles. Jamar Bird is deep for the
Well,
Fighting Clans.
this would be nice now because one of our things is how we hit quickly, maybe to run one of these back.
Kickoff goes deep down
That's out of
to
bounds.
number 3, Jamar Bird. He goes out of bounds. There'll be a penalty on the play.
The kick is out of bounds.
Take it on to 35, I think, Charlie.
And Vineland will take over, being down 8-0 here in the first quarter with 1 minute 24 seconds to go.
By rule, Vineland takes over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So the ball will be spotted at the 35-yard line. Well, Vineland will take over. Let's see if John Winchester's still in there, John.
Can't see the number, Charlie.
That's number 20. It is John Winchester.
Okay, he's still in.
Vineland in the wing T, wide out to the right side. Egg Harbor to 5-2. Handoff to number 9. That is Walt Brown, who tries the right side and picks up maybe 2-3 yards on the play.
I got to give credit to Egg Harbor. You know, we're running hard tonight. Their pursuit has been excellent. They are coming, and they're angling at the snap of the ball, and their pursuit is excellent. They're getting to the point of contact in the hole, which is really, you know, the only way they're going to stop us is to beat us at the hole as we make our break.
That offensive line for Vineland is made up of Anthony Parecka, number 72, Doug Cherwin, number 61, Joe Bassetti, 55, Christian Guadalupe, and Luis Torres, I should mention, number 55, and Ryan DiDonato, number 77. Second and about 8 for Vineland. Second handoff to number 3. That's
he could
Jamar
go,
Bird,
Charlie. He
who
could
cuts
go.
around the right-hand side, puts it into second gear, but is tripped up. Falls forward, however.
Okay, Charlie, I really think the field got him. You talked about the field being muddy. Watch his turn. There's nobody here. See him?
Yeah.
I think the field got him.
Yeah. I wonder if he's in good enough shape, John.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I know he's been practicing a little this week, but he's been out quite a bit, and that was a pretty rough run for him. The field is not in the best condition. That's a first down for Vineland. They're in Egg Harbor territory. It's the 48-yard line, 1st and 10 for Vineland.
This is the last play, Charlie, this quarter.
Handoff to number 3.
And that should be it.
Jamar Bird tries the right-hand side. He's stopped at the 45-yard line, ending the first quarter.
Charlie, with the start of the second quarter coming up, tonight's game is brought to you as a public service again by South Jersey Federal Credit Union, now open at the Vineland Regional Transportation Center for quality financial products and top-notch public service right in your own backyard. And again, thank the sponsors.
Some significant games, John, in the league this week. This is week 8.
Vineland's next two opponents. Mainland's in Atlantic City.
Very significant game.
Yeah.
Mainland, even though they're having an off year, and their overall record is 2-4, 1-3 in the league. As you know, John produces quality players every year and could make a real dent. And Egg Harbor's aware of that, of course, as is Vineland, so they want to kind of stay close. Some other significant games. Oakcrest is at Millville.
Another future Vineland opponent.
Absolutely. Ocean City at Absegami.
Thank God we don't play them no more.
Yeah, Absegami is a rather impressive team.
Woo.
Beat Atlantic City last week. And they are 4-0 in the conference. Atlantic City is 4-1. Overall, they're both 5-1. Egg Harbor, as we mentioned, is 3-3 overall, 3-1 in the conference. Millville 3-3, 2-2 in the conference. Vineland right behind them, making a great turkey game. I can't wait for that. 3-3 overall, 1-3 in the conference. All right, so we're going to start the second quarter here. John, Egg Harbor up 8-0. It's from the 45-yard line on the Egg Harbor side. John Winchester at quarterback. Man in motion. Hand off to the first man around.
Oh, good play. Oh, 19, Charlie. Who is that for Egg Harbor?
Number 19 is Ronnie Coons. We've called his name a couple of times.
What a great play on the outside.
Just a junior, 6'2", 180, John.
Took the defense on, strung it out, made a, and that's the play, the one-on-one tackle. If you can tackle, you're okay.
So it looks like Jamar Bird is full strength, John. He's gotten the calls on the last 3 of the last 4 plays, I believe, and he tested that left side again and picked up about 2 or 3 yards, bringing up a third, and let's call it 7 from the 44-yard line of Egg Harbor. John Winchester, the quarterback.
To the right. They're going right, Charlie. Everything's stacked to go right on this.
Winchester takes the snap.
There they go.
Hand off to, and it's an option pass by number 9 going all the way down to a little short. Did he catch that ball?
Oh, I don't think so. Oh, yeah, he gave it to him.
Walt Brown on the halfback option threw a Hail Mary pass. And number 3, Jamar Bird, caught that ball.
Oh, that
had to hit at least 2 other players. It seems so.
Charlie had an illegal lineman downfield.
Ineligible receiver downfield against Vineland.
What an interesting play that was.
That was pretty neat. I mean, everything was stacked to go right. Walt Brown's been running right. And didn't know he could throw the ball.
That's fun. You know what? That's fun football. It's exciting. I think the players like it. I know the fans like it. Unfortunately, there is another penalty on the play. And, John, this has been kind of their modus operandi, where they get some momentum going and they kind of shoot themselves in the foot. A lot of penalties this year.
Yeah. Last week we had 10, Charlie. Even in winning the game, we had 10 penalties.
Yeah. Well, you know, you bring in a lot of younger players and your timing is off and whatever. I suppose that's a contributing factor. In any case, that pushes Vineland back to the 49-yard line of Egg Harbor, bringing up a 3rd and 13.
Stacked to go right again, Charlie.
Winchester takes the 7.
There's that screen.
Step, drop.
There's the screen.
Screen to the middle. Number 3, Bird.
Oh, he's gone.
Another cut. Oh, what a nice cut.
Oh.
Winchester's pass is completed to Bird.
Jamar Bird took that middle screen and through some great individual effort, deking several players out, gets a first down for Vineland as he takes the ball to around the 34-yard line. Pickup of about 16 yards on the play.
At the 34-yard line.
It was probably a little more because it was like 3rd and 15.
Quick replay for you, John.
Watch the line. They just let him come. See him? Came from the wing. Here's where he makes the good move right there to get the first.
Nice blocking also from the 34-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for Vineland. Winchester at quarterback. And there's a flag on the play.
Delay a game.
Coming on the play.
A little bit of indecision on Vineland's part. And unfortunately, John, there's that scenario again that kind of puts Vineland at a disadvantage. Instead of 1st and 10 from the 34, it would be now from the 39.
It's our 5th penalty, Charlie, and we're what? The 10-minute mark in the 2nd quarter.
End of the first period.
Exactly right.
Absegami 14, Ocean City nothing.
Getting some nice production from
And in
the running
second
backs.
period, Holy Spirit and Hamilton have no score.
Ed Belfort using several backs. Brown, Bird, Cobb, Bowman, and there was a play specifically set up for Winchester also. So the Egg Harbor defense has a lot to think about. 1st and 15 from the 39-yard line. There's a rollout by Winchester to the left-hand side. Gets a good block there.
Oh, Charlie, wait a minute. Let me tell you about the flags.
Oh, boy.
Motion, holding, clip. Now, take your pick.
Oh, boy. We got a smorgasbord of penalties.
Take your pick.
Come to the table and pick out whatever you'd like. That's unfortunate. Not a bad rollout, John. Got a couple of good blocks, I thought. The lead block there was number 20.
I apologize. I take it back. Motion, hold, crack back.
Oh, boy.
Yep, there they are.
John, is that crackback a result of them trying to keep that defensive end in so they can go around that wide side?
Very good. Or a linebacker coming from the inside in pursuit.
So they're going after Reed and Santiago.
Right.
Yeah. So it's got to be done a specific way. There has to be blocking. Yeah. What is it, above the waist, John?
You can hit above the waist and then slide down to the man's knees.
Okay.
But
so
the contact has to be high and then come down.
So the initial contact, as the referee saw it, was probably below the waist.
Right.
Okay, that's primarily because of safety, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sure.
The only place you can block low is tackle to tackle.
That'll bring up a first down and about 21-yard line. 21 yards, I should say, from the 47-yard line at Egg Harbor. Long way to go.
There's some confusion by the officials, Charlie, about where the ball should be.
Well, John, if I can use one of my favorite words, this Vineland offense is a real dichotomy tonight. They've looked really good, and it's been nice with Jamar Byrd back there and all the weapons they've seemed to use, and yet at the same time, they are absolutely shooting themselves in the foot, and they're their own worst enemy. Egg Harbor defense is not bad, but Vineland has proven they can move the ball on them.
Oh, we moved it well, what, Charlie, from 30 to 30? Oh, even lower that one time where we got it down to the, I think, 10-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, they've done a really nice job. Their linebackers and linemen that have been touted as very good players, McBride and Hilsenham and Santiago and Reed, and these players we've talked about, have been handled pretty well. Well, let's see what Vineland does in a very precarious situation.
While they're discussing things, tonight's game is brought to you as public service by South Jersey Federal Credit Union, now open the Vineland Regional Transportation Center for quality financial products and top-notch personal service right in your own backyard. Landmark Building and Development Company, 2140 Civil Road. Building a quality tradition, 690-9199. And Brian Romano at Bob Novik's Auto Mall. As far as you have to drive for what you want to drive, call Brian, 451-0095. And again, thank you to sponsors.
From the 47-yard line, back goes Winchester, throws the ball to the right side to number 19, over his head and just
Charlie, see Walt Brown out there? They did the pick again. This time they went to the man who was setting the pick.
That throw was to a freshman, John, Ian Alexander, who's been seeing a little playing time, who's 6'3", 185. I don't know about you, but I'm rather impressed with the size of these kids. For too long, I think we've been in a kind of a funk, and I think we're in a growth period here, literally,
absolutely,
with some of the size of these players. Second down and about 21, as I mentioned before, from about the 47-yard line. Quick pitch to Walt Brown around the right-hand side. There's a block by Christian Guadalupe, who cuts him loose. Nice running there, power running by Brown.
That's
down to around the 34-yard line.
Yeah.
Nice pickup of about, about 16 yards. Bring up a third and about 11 for first down, John.
As a coach, you have to think now. If you think you're in two-down territory, then you can go and get 5-6 yards at a crack. If you don't think that you're in two-down territory, and that's the dividing line, the 40, 35.
Running backs are Cobb, Brown, and Byrd. Quarterback is Winchester. Third and 11 from the 35-yard line.
Coming left, Jolly. Coming left.
There's a quick pitch to Byrd. Cuts it back inside. Another cut back inside. Quick feed. Picks up 5 yards.
Jamar Byrd with a carry. Tackled by Howard.
And where it was once first down and 21, John, it's now 4th and 5.
Yeah, no decision here. You're in 4-down territory. Coach might have to call a timeout here. Yeah.
For the Vineland
So John, with 9 minutes since what's going to run?
Yeah.
They're letting the clock run.
Yeah.
We have 9 minutes left in the second quarter. There's only been one score of the game. That was by Egg Harbor. They elected to try the two-point conversion. Got it. They lead 8-0 in the second quarter. Vineland has a 4th
to the
and
right.
5.
They're going right, Charlie.
Number 20 rolls out to the right. It's a passing play. It's a little low.
No good. Oh.
Winchester's
And on the run, which is not a very easy pass to throw, into the dirt and just short to Jamar Byrd. It goes incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if we can see it again. He had Walt Brown open. That might have been 6, Charlie, if he connects with him
Is
here.
that Penn State pick you were talking about, John?
They're doing it well. Here they come. He goes in and comes out, and look at it. He's wide open.
He was open. Might have had one man to beat, number 25 there on the left. So Vineland turns it over. And Egg Harbor will take over on their own 34, 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Man in motion. Hand off to, I believe it's Reed off the right side.
Oh, great play.
Nice arm tackle by Pete Caro.
Oh, from the down. From a down position, he made that tackle. He was down on the ground, and he reached up.
And that was one of the horses, Pierre Reed.
Yeah.
Who picks up of about 2-3 yards. Let's call it 2, bringing up a 2nd and 8.
From the 32.
Call it the 32-yard line. Egg Harbor ahead 8-0 here in the 2nd quarter. Has the ball. Vineland defense has been impressive. And with the exception of that one play in which many tackles were missed, they've handled Egg Harbor pretty well. Quarterback hands off to number 4, tries the left side. That's Santiago this time.
Oh.
Great
Boy,
pursuit.
there was some collisions out there both ways. That might be the first time I saw Jeffrey Morgan hit at a stalemate. I don't know if we can see it, but boy, did somebody put a block on him, but he kept coming and made the tackle. That's good football that's going on out there tonight.
Egg Harbor trying to spread the field, testing both sides. Vineland coming up big, I think, on both plays.
Oh, absolutely.
Both plays only yielding about 3 yards. That brings up a 3rd and 7. Egg Harbor has the ball at their own 32, 33-yard line. Egg Harbor with 2 wideouts. Quarterback sets back, fakes the handoff, is under heavy rush.
Oh, he got
2,
away.
3, 4, 5 men on top of him. And they finally bring him down for a loss, John, at about the 24-yard line.
Boy, that's, thank God. If you look, Charlie, there are 5 receivers and only 2 defensive backs.
That's Nick Borden, who was under pressure that time. That's the junior,
Holy
6'4",
mackerel.
185, who's not had a great deal of success throwing the ball. John, that was great pursuit by Vineland.
All-out blitz. We came with 9 men on that play.
That brings up a long 4th and 15, the necessity of the kick. And from it, their own 10. Egg Harbor will punt. Lone setback for Vineland, I believe, is Maldonado. There's that left-handed punter who does get it off. Maldonado takes it at the 45. Eludes 2-3 tacklers. And John, I didn't see the hit, but I heard the crowd say ooh and ah, and apparently one of the Egg Harbor Township players got blocked rather
he's all right. He's
viciously. And I think we're going to see that again. Let's key on this.
Vineland set the wall up on the left side. You'll see the linemen all going down. Now what that means is there it is.
Wow.
As soon as you turn, the wall picks you up. That was a good block.
That tackle was kind of blindsided, and man, he was nailed.
When you set that
the young man is fine. That's the most important thing. That brings up from the 46-yard line of Egg Harbor for Vineland, a 1st and 10. And with the need to drive the ball here, John, to put some points on the board. Vineland runs the Delaware wing T. We have a wide out to the left. That's Ian. And Winchester sets back looking for Ian Alexander. Can't find anybody. Again, picks him up. There's a long pass deep, and it looks like the receiver was interfered with,
Nothing
John.
happened. That was incidental contact on both ways.
That was Maldonado down and around the 20, maybe the 15-yard line.
Oh, there's no flag, Charlie. It was the ball.
John, here's that instant replay. Maybe you can pick it up for us.
Yeah, you know, the ball's in the air, and there's
John,
the
how does that happen?
The Egg Harbor man fell down going for the ball, and the Vineland man fell over him. And that's just
Now, you want me to believe that, right?
Yeah. There was no flag.
All right, Coach. I'll take your word for it.
Now, you want to call the same way
I don't
both
say
ends.
I like it.
Yeah, but you wanted it both ends called the same way.
From the 46-yard line, once again, a 2nd and 10 for Vineland. Winchester on the handoff to the first man through. That's number 2. Coles, who loses the ball, fumble.
Oh.
And it looks like an Egg Harbor Township player has recovered the ball at the 49-yard line. Turnovers and penalties, John.
Yep, Cobb, I think it was.
Here's that replay, John, on the handoff to Cobb up the middle.
Here it is. See, fighting for extra yards, which you can't fault the kid. He was trying to get as much as he could.
Looked like Howard Collette, one of the linebackers, went for the ball, punched it out. And unfortunately, Vineland does turn it over at the 49-yard line of Egg Harbor. Egg Harbor takes over 1st and 10. Quarterback sets back, quick pass, long pass on the left-hand side.
Oh, that was thrown well.
Nicely thrown pass, but ahead of their intended receiver, falls incomplete. That's quarterback Nick Borden once again, who stands tall in that backfield at 6'4".
Yeah, that was
covered nicely.
That was a little different kind of pass. That little play action and a 3-step drop, and he's throwing to a spot. And Pete Carroll.
Was that Carroll on the coverage?
Yeah.
Nice coverage.
Pete Carroll.
Pete's having a nice game. That brings up the 2nd and 10 from the 49-yard line of Egg Harbor, leading 8-0 here in the 2nd quarter with 5 minutes and 55 seconds to play. Handoff to Reed up the middle, who takes it to the outside, has to beat one more man, and is pushed outside. Finally, by number 1 on the defense, that's Bruce Bartley.
Boy, I'll tell you.
We're going to see that play again also.
And we don't tackle, he just runs out of room.
That's Pierre Reed, who is strong.
Yeah.
Nice high runner. Number 4 and number 6. That's Santiago and Reed, set back. Quarterback hands it off to Reed, who tests that right side again. Number 1, we called him on the last play, and again he's in on a tackle. That's Bruce Bartley. Bruce is a junior at 5'11", 170.
Yeah. Guess who was there? Morgan. One thing I like about Morgan, Charlie, he's always around the ball. And, you know, Charlie, that food is killing me that's blowing this way. That was a barbecue pit.
We're not that far from the canteen, and they've got some nice ribs and chicken, and the odor is just coming through here. It's absolutely wonderful. It's 2nd and 7 from the 25-yard line of Vineland. Oh, Santiago tests the right side. He's met straight up there by Bartley again.
Great job. Oh.
And finished off by Morgan and Roslatov.
Oh, what a good job. Squared up. Oh, that was excellent.
J.D. Roslatov, number 79, who's 5'7", 275. Had a mammoth job this game, John. He was told to handle the HT guards of Tim McBride, 5'11", 240, and Danny Hillesheim, 6', 200. And if he could stop that middle rush and force these players outside, it would lead to a little more success here than we're getting tonight. But he's been having a nice game. 3rd and 3, quarterback sets back. There's a little screen to the right-hand side. Reed shakes that man off.
Wow. He's close, Charlie. He's close. Boy, is he close.
We're going to see this again.
Yeah.
An official timeout on the field.
I like the pursuit by the linemen.
That was Roslatov, 79, Nick Costin, 69.
Oh, great pursuit. But he got close, Charlie. I don't know if he made it or not.
Yeah, that was Pierre
4th
Reed.
and short yardage. All right, last time we stopped them. Last time they gave it to Santiago. And our linebackers who have been coming on every play, not every, I'd say 80% of the time we blitz. So here's the time we have to come again.
Interesting play, John. Do they try that middle, or do they
absolutely.
fake it and go to the outside where they've had their most success?
No, you got to get here come our linebackers. Here they come.
Off the right guard, number 6. That's Pierre Reed, who seems to have enough push to get him the first down. And that pushes the ball deep into Vineland territory around the 15-yard line. Let's call it the 16-yard line. That will be 1st and 10, Egg Harbor, with 3 minutes and 38 seconds to go in the first half, and Egg Harbor up 8-0. Quarterback Nick Borden brings his players up with his setbacks, Santiago and Reed. Handoff to the second man, that's number 6. Reed tries the right side, cuts it back.
Santiago with the carry. Brought down by Bruce Bartley.
Tackled by Bartley and Nick Costin again.
Yeah, Carroll did a good job taking on the interference. Now there's a run, Charlie. Look, I didn't think he gained anything, and he got 5.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
You'd like to get 5 yards
Yeah.
in every first down.
Mathematically, you win every game.
Yeah. Brings up a lot of options here.
Yeah.
And even though Nick Borden is not a great passer, he doesn't have far to throw here, John.
And then they're going to call
throw those little
timeout,
flare-outs.
Like to honor our sponsors. Tonight's game is brought to you as a public service by South Jersey Federal Credit Union, now open at the Vineland Regional Transportation Center for quality financial products and top-notch performance service in your own backyard. By Landmark Building and Development Company, 2140 Civil War Road, building a quality tradition. 690-9199. By Brian Romano at Bob Novak's Auto Ball. As far as you have to drive for what you want to drive, call Brian at 451-0095. And with a low in the action, Charlie, it's been a this is smash mouth football. They're just going at each other, and boy, there've been some great blocks. You could just watch when those lines collide, and you get a stalemate. That's football.
Yeah, this is a close ball game. As I said before, I think they're rather evenly matched, and the personalities are very similar. They don't have great passing games, and Vineland has a good running game, as does Egg Harbor, and their defenses are keyed by really good linebackers. Problem, of course, has been, and it's been rather obvious, the mental mistakes and the penalties for Vineland. And it seems every time they've had a good offensive push, they shot themselves in the foot.
We've had 6 penalties, but we really had 10. Because from the one play, they could have took anyone they want.
That was that smorgasbord. And we're not talking about the food that John smells from his canteen over here. Vineland is backed up against their own end zone. It's second and about 5 to go from about the 12-yard line.
Oh,
Borden sets back, looks to the right side. As a pass to the right side.
It's intercepted. Picked off. I'm sure it was picked off.
Pete Caccaro.
Yeah.
Pass is intercepted in the end zone.
Number 25. And that play will be questioned, John.
Oh, absolutely.
With Egg Harbor running as well as they have, bringing them down to around the 12-yard line of Vineland, was there a need and a necessity to pass in that situation? We did mention that Nick Borden is not a very good passer, and we'll see this again, as I think you'll see him throwing off his back foot,
He has no pressure on him. There is no pressure.
Yeah.
We have a winner on the 50.
That's incredible to throw the ball into that kind of coverage.
Yeah, and his technique wasn't very good on that. Vineland takes over on their own 20-yard line. Walt Brown tests the right side, and he's stacked up with a good push by the Egg Harbor defense.
I'll tell you one thing that impressed me tonight, Charlie. I didn't know Egg Harbor had this kind of speed. Their football speed is excellent. Their pursuit is excellent. I thought we would really have a big edge in our speed, but I tell you what, we haven't really busted them up on the outside.
That's the thing that really impressed me about the Atlantic City team, John. They were extremely quick.
Yeah.
And Egg Harbor is not that far behind.
No.
That brings up a 2nd and 12. Vineland backed up in their own end at around the 18-yard line.
I would watch for the pick on this side, Charlie. It looks like a passing situation.
John Winchester, the quarterback, Delaware wing T.
Oh.
Wide out to the left side.
Oh.
Handoff to the first man through. Little mistiming.
Oh, he's
on
gone.
that. Oh,
He's got a chance to go.
that's Walt Brown.
He's got a chance.
Woo! That is Jamar Bird, excuse me.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Jamar. Yeah, baby. John, I got faked on that.
Well, let
myself.
me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
I hope we see that again.
We got bailed out of a penalty on that play. Watch the quarterback. If we see that again, that is incredible that that's not called.
John, where does this...
Watch the quarterback. You tell me that we didn't...
He takes that back outside. That's where I thought he was stopped. Jamar Bird's speed made that play. Watch him turn on the afterburners. Goodbye, Jamar. Welcome back, Jamar.
Holy mackerel.
Thank you, Jamar.
Oh.
8-6.
Oh,
Vineland has it. John, you're coaching. You're down 8-6.
Go for 2.
Going to go for 2. First half,
absolutely.
why not?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's incredible. How they let that play come off is incredible. Their coach is out there now. He can't believe it either.
John, that looked like last year. That looked like the Darren Ford, Walt Brown, Jamar Bird combination, where these kids would cut back, and their speed was just overwhelming.
Oh, the staff is beside themselves.
Yeah.
They have to be.
Yeah. We have 1 minute and 42 seconds to go in the first half. The score is 8-6. Coach Parentazzi has mentioned that what he would do in this situation is go for two. What would you do?
Charlie, tonight's game is brought to you as a public service by South Jersey Federal Credit Union, now open at the Vineland Regional Transportation Center for quality financial products and top-notch personal service right in your own backyard. Landmark Building Development Company, building a quality tradition. And Brian Romano at Brian Automall. As far as you have to drive for what you want to drive, call Brian.
John, they're going for two.
Oh, absolutely. They got nothing
Winchester
to lose.
keeps the ball, passes the ball. He's wide open, and he's got him. That's Maldonado, but there's a flag on the play.
Oh, boy.
Winchester, who looked like he was going to roll out to the right side, suddenly stopped. And for Maldonado, was cutting from his right end position, was wide open, and on a nice pass.
We have a penalty.
Would have tied this game up, but
So
apparently it's
seventh
against Vineland again.
And the biggest penalty we got away with, so we won't complain no more tonight.
Oy, oy, oy. Well, when in doubt, go to Bird, I say.
Yeah, well, it's a little different now when it's from the 3-yard line.
Okay, it's a 10-yard penalty, John.
Yeah, 10 yards holding.
12-yard line.
So, this is a 2-point conversion, folks. It's on the 12, 13-yard line. Vineland trails 8-6 after that very exciting run by Jamar Bird.
And I forget how, that was what, Charlie, 73 yards, I think?
Again, Winchester keeps the ball, rolls out to the left side, evades one man, passes the ball into the end zone. There's a man there. It's tipped almost into the hands of Maldonado, but can't quite hold on as the ball falls harmlessly to the ground.
142. Charlie, I think it was 73 yards that he ran. Okay.
We'll see a replay on that, John, as Winchester rolls to the left side.
Oh, he makes a good play here. Oh, another.
And I know this boy Maldonado, who almost made that catch. He's a very good athlete. He's in several of my classes. And I would not be surprised had he come up with that pass. But if you've been an athlete before, you know how just a little tick can make a difference in your eye-hand coordination.
Oh, sure.
And so it falls harmlessly and incomplete, making it 8-6 in favor of Egg Harbor. But John, Vineland comes back, and they answer Egg Harbor and are back in the game.
Great run by Jamar. What a weapon he is again. And again, it looked like he was down a couple times and broke it. But once he gets outside, I don't care if you got an angle or not, he's just very hard to catch. There's just no way you can catch him. And they had an angle on him and they couldn't catch him.
Right. Rex Romano is the kicker. You may have noticed that we've not called his brother's name out tonight, Ross Romano, who is injured and is on the mend, and hopefully will be back next week. We have 1 minute and 42 seconds left in the first half. Egg Harbor's ahead, 8-6. Vineland kicking off to Egg Harbor. Deep is Santiago and Reed. Kick comes down to around the 20-yard line. That's Reed.
This time he catches it.
Takes it up the middle, picks up a couple of blockers, but is stopped at around the 30-yard line.
135, Charlie. I would assume that Egg Harbor will try to sit on it. I think Vineland has 2 timeouts left.
Well, you never know, John. In that last set of downs in which they had Vineland pinned in their own end, they elected to pass, which I didn't think was a very intelligent play. So, you can expect almost anything, I think, from this team.
Do anything, Charlie, where even in golf and other things, you outthink yourself. There's a 3 cracks at 5 yards, and he throws the ball.
But I think you're right. You make an error here, and you give Vineland a chance to score, and it's much more significant. So from their own 30, it's a 1st and 10 with not much more time to play here in the first half. We'll test the right-hand side. That's Reed around the right side. Breaks one tackle, two. Turns on the afterburners.
Here comes, no.
And there's another smorgasbord of flags on the field.
Well, we got Clip holding back here, and I thought we had a personal foul up here. So
you're having fun picking these out.
Yeah, I love it.
We're going to see this play again, John.
You're going to see right there. See the clip, Charlie?
Clip.
Now, watch him get hit out of bounds. It's about 3 yards out of bounds
Was he out of bounds again?
Yeah.
I thought that was awfully close, that last call. You ever watch some of these pro games where the quarterback gets breathed on, and they're calling roughing the passer? This is football. I mean, there's going to be a yard or two out of bounds, a little contact. I didn't think that was malicious, did you?
No. But the rules say once he's over the line, you can't initiate contact. I mean, if you're tackling him and you get him over the line, that's different.
We're picking at straws.
No, we're not.
In any case, that's going to work for Vineland as the penalty for
there was a few. There was a few of them there.
And that will bring up a 1st and 15. Ball set at the 23-yard line of Egg Harbor with 1 minute 28 seconds to go. Handoff up the middle.
Oh, great tackle in there.
Reed tries to take it to the outside and is stopped nicely. John, did you see that tackler?
Yeah, Christian Guadalupe filled the hole perfect.
Christian Guadalupe from his linebacking position. And he's that other linebacker that we don't call possibly as often as Morgan because Morgan's so outstanding, but Christian has been an outstanding linebacker for a couple of years. We're down at the 1 minute mark, John. Score is 8-6 in favor of Egg Harbor. Egg Harbor has the ball at their own 24-yard line. 2nd and around 15. Looks like they're staying pretty conservative.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to drive too much. Yeah.
Handoff to number 6, who tries the left side this time.
Morgan. Wait till you see this play. Morgan just bounced him right off the tackle. What a great play.
And I think we're going to be lucky enough to see this again. There's number 26, Morgan, and possibly not. Assistant coach Nick Basile on the field to talk to his defensive 11. There was a loss on that play, John. That's going to kick it back to about 3rd and let's call it 20. At the 20-yard line.
I think we have one more timeout left, so they're not going to be able to run the clock out. Coach is going to force him to at least punt the ball.
I like that. Any number of things that can happen.
Yeah. So we have one more timeout. If they don't get it first, he'll call timeout and force him to punt. And again, with our speed, you never know what's going to happen.
John, you're going to try to blitz here? You're going to send your linebackers
Oh, absolutely.
inside? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
You make yourself a little susceptible to a pass, possibly a screen.
But there is no
something
challenge of a pass.
But if you're on page with your defensive backs to cover that, that's a pretty good play at this point, I would think.
Our front 7 probably blitzes 70%, 60 to 70% of the time. And that's okay.
That defensive line, once again, John, number 31 is Steve Leak, number 40, Joe Vapor. The nose guard, J.D. Rosseltov, I think having an excellent season. The right tackle, Jameson, number 60, and Breon Cuff, number 81. Those linebackers, once again, number 54, Guadalupe, Jeff Morgan, number 26. In the defensive backfield, Caccaro having a pretty good game, including a very significant interception in the end zone, number 25. Travis Scholar, number 23. Bruce Bartley having a nice game with about 4 individual tackles, number 1. And Jeremy Morgan, the brother of Jeff, number 5. Here's the handoff. Up the middle, number 6, who spins his way up to around the 25-yard line. And, John, you're exactly right. With one timeout, Vineland calls it.
Yeah, you have to put him in a position that it benefits you and it benefits us to get our hands on a punt. And guess who's back, Charlie?
The amazing
Jamar Bird.
Jamar Bird. With 32 seconds left, the score 8-6 in favor of Egg Harbor. Egg Harbor pinned in their own end at around the 22-yard line, 23-yard line. They have a 4th and around 16 to go. Wisely elect to punt. Punter standing at his own 6-yard line. The ever-dangerous Jamar Bird. Jamar Bird standing at his own 45-yard line.
We're coming with everything we got, Charlie.
10 men on the line, and here they come.
And
the left-footed punter gets it off. Oh, it hit him. Oh, my
Jesus.
God. Cover it.
Oh, thank God. Woo. Oh, bounced right back up into his chest.
Jamar Bird possibly a little late on his decision or slipping on a relatively wet field, John.
Charlie,
I'll
tell you what. Don't be picky. You told me not to be picky. But if we see that play again.
Here it comes.
Watch. There were 3 movements in that line. One by us and two by them.
Buddy Clan.
Oh boy, how about that?
We're lucky to recover that.
Yes.
47.
We've got 22 seconds left to go. I wouldn't think there would be anything
Screen, Jolly.
different here or
Screen.
dramatic. I think a screen would be a real good call.
Yeah.
But let's see what Vineland does from their own 47-yard line. 1st and 10 from the wing tee. Wide out to the right-hand side. John Winchester takes the snap, keeps the ball, rolls out to the right. Under pressure, continues to roll out. Weaves and dodges his way back to almost the line of scrimmage.
And we have no timeouts, John. I don't know if we get another play off.
He's making me nervous, John. He's carrying that ball like a loaf of bread. And in our own end like that, unprotected, that could be a real calamity.
Brought down by
We're not going to get anything off, John.
Well, that last play will run the clock out. And John, with no timeout here, and in the first half, Egg Harbor leading 8-6.
Just a recap of the scoring at the 124 mark of the first quarter. Reed went 44 yards off the left side for a touchdown, with San Diego going off the right side on a run for a 2-point conversion. Score at the end of the first quarter was 8-0. At the 142 mark, Vineland came back and scored with a Bird off the right side run, and Chai was 73 yards I have. And our 2-point conversion was incomplete. So to score at the end of the first half, Egg Harbor 8, Vineland 6. We'll go credit our sponsors, and then you and I will take a break as we watch the halftime show. Brian, tonight's game is brought to you as public service by South Jersey Federal Credit Union, now open at the Vineland Regional Transportation Center for quality finance project and top-notch personal service right in your own backyard. By Landmark Building and Development Company, building a quality tradition. 2140 Civil War Road, 690-9199, and Brian Romano. At Bob Novak Auto Mall, as far as you have to drive for what you want to drive, call Brian at 451-0095. So we will take a break. We will rejoin you at the start of the second half, and hopefully we're going to have a halftime show by the Egg Harbor Band. See you at the start of the second half.